belong to the same fraternity. We've been planning actually to start this program for quite some time, but unfortunately, we couldn't implement due to the myths associated with the arts programs in India. Generally, students and parents think that science programs often offer better career opportunities, and in arts, the career opportunities are very meager. However, to the same fraternity. I think in the past few years, we've been planning actually to start this program for quite some time, but unfortunately, we couldn't implement due to the myths associated with the arts programs in India. And art students are generally students and parents think that science programs often offer better career opportunities, and in arts, the career opportunities are very meager. Come to the same fraternity. I think in the past few we've been planning actually to start this program for quite some time, but unfortunately we couldn't implement due to the myths associated with science, psychology, sociology, history, and some more of such subjects, and also they know the avenues which are open for their career today, and the result is increasing admissions in these programs nowadays. Maybe that's the reason the management has ventured to start the program in our college, and I'm very, very happy that it has taken a shape now, and also the admissions are encouraging enough in the present batch to start the program in this college. I welcome the students and congratulate the staff.
Usha madam, good morning.
The management, good morning, the chairperson, Professor Usha, Secretary Professor Srinivas.
Yeah, ma'am. All are
Professor
fine, ma'am.
Nakula Reddy Garu, and the principal, Mrs.
did Professor
Dr.
DNR
Mrs.
join?
Jansi, and all the
Not yet,
teaching and
ma'am.
non-teaching
Okay,
staff
fine.
for the
Where
wonderful
is the Professor?
initiative.
Ma'am, nice
And
to
I
see you,
wish the
Usha Kanda ma'am.
program all success. Thank you very much.
Why
Usha
are,
ma'am.
why are
Good
you
morning.
covering a shawl, ma'am? Why are you covering a shawl? Are you feeling cold? I think I should feel sick, but I'm quite fine.
లైవ్ వస్తుంది ఓకే బట్ అది కన్ఫర్మ్ చేశారా ఆడియో గూగుల్ మీట్ కన్ఫర్మ్ చేశారా
Karuna, did Usha Reddy ma'am, Durga ma'am and all join?
No, ma'am. Not yet, ma'am.
No, Karuna, why is that I'm able to see only participants thing? I'm not able to.
Ma'am, they have created one more link is there.
Yeah, I'll follow to in the group.
No. Not like that. Why is that I'm not able to see the screen, main screen?
So
Main screen. Amma, you start the main screen, no?
షేర్ చేసింది
Share the screen. Yeah, ma'am. We are doing it now.
Okay, fine. Good morning, Ramani, and good morning, Tirupati. I'm able to see both of you.
Yeah, I created a YouTube live.
Hi to everybody. For me, I'm so fortunate not to have mask at home. Okay, fine. Where is sir? Where is Nakula Reddy sir? I wanted to wish him.
Sir, open చేయండి.
Tell me my role, Karuna. What am I supposed to do?
Ma'am, you are presiding over the function. We have given you the program sheet, na ma'am. Accordingly, you have to go on with the program. You have to announce them, and then they will do that work.
Yeah. Will you do a favor?
Tell me, ma'am.
Okay, 1 second. I'll send it from my mail to another phone. If I have another phone on hand, maybe I'll be able to see both. I'll just send.
Usha ma'am has joined, ma'am.
Usha Reddy ma'am.
Usha Reddy ma'am has joined. Good morning, madam.
Madam.
సార్ తిరుపతి
Ma'am is maybe on mute.
Yeah.
ఆడియో మీతో సార్ నాకు ఒకసారి ఫార్వర్డ్ చేసి ఇక్కడ నేను పెట్టేస్తాను. మ్యామ్ షేర్ చేస్తారా ఇది? షేరింగ్ లోనే ఉంది మేడం.
Usha is also there. Good morning, Usha. Good morning, Usha Rani.
ఇంకా 4 minutes ఇద్దరైతే ఆడియో వెళ్ళాం.
Is it Usha Rani sitting on the system?
No, ma'am. She is a student. Gayatri.
Okay, that is why she is not responding.
You stop your. Only when Madam
Madam,
I'll stop sharing.
morning, Lalita garu. Good morning.
Good morning, Usha. Good morning, Karuna.
Good morning, ma'am. Oh, you're joined. Good.
Yeah.
No, if Lalita doesn't join, how can our MA Economics start?
Ayo.
That's it.
I said.
Usha Reddy ma'am open చేసుకున్నారా కరుణ?
మేడం మళ్ళా ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తలేదు. అప్పుడు మ్యూట్ లో ఉండే మేడం.
ఈ మౌస్
ఉషా రెడ్డి మేడం మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నారు మేడం.
అదే మేడం.
Karuna, I sent the message, just play it because I am on the way.
Yeah, ma'am, we are ready with that.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. Karuna? Oh, okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam, the mute lo undi Padma.
Madam.
Mute lo undi, open చేయండి.
Good morning, Padmavati garu.
Tiffany sir.
చెప్పండి
సార్ నేను ఆడియో
Good morning, Padmavati garu.
వినపడుతుందా నేను మాట్లాడి?
Yes.
ఓ థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మేడం ది మ్యూట్ లో ఉంది ఉషా రెడ్డి మేడం ది అది మ్యూట్ చేయండి.
Good morning to all, madam. Usha Reddy madam, Usha madam. Good morning and Padmavati madam.
Sir, good morning. All the very best, sir, for your program.
Thank you.
నకులారెడ్డి గారు, ఆల్ సక్సెస్ ఫర్ యూ. We are all with you.
It is a collective effort, madam.
అవునా? See, it was my long dream, long pending dream today.
You said that because
Yeah.
so far nobody told that to us.
Oh, no.
Madam, economics is a matter of pride.
Yeah.
So definitely we really like a particular course to be introduced in our college.
Rahul Shastri ji, good morning.
Good morning. All
Good morning, madam.
Usha Khanna madam, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine madam. Fine.
Good luck. All the best. Lalita ma'am, good morning, madam. Usha Khanna madam, good morning. Dr. Usha madam, good morning, madam.
Good morning, Jansi.
On behalf of college, and again, I am welcoming you all, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
Very
all
great to see you all here, ma'am, online.
Check the video. There's a
Sir, Sir, can somebody call Dr. Durga and tell her that we are all there because she may be little.
I'll be doing
Okay.
maybe
ఒకసారి
అది నేను మ్యూట్ చేస్తాను.
అందరినీ మ్యూట్ చేయమని చెప్పండి ఒకసారి. కంట్రోల్
ఒక్క నిమిషం మీరు అది
అది రెడీగా ఉంది మ్యామ్ చేసాం సార్ ఇప్పుడు.
I think
ఫ్లెక్సీ ఎక్కడ డిస్ప్లే
మీరు మాట్లాడండి. ఆ బాటిల్ ఇవ్వండి, నీళ్ళ బాటిల్.
Naklareddy sir.
ఓకే కంట్రోల్.
I think ఎవరు
అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి. ఫ్లెక్సీ ఎట్లా పెట్టండి అది
సార్ నాది వినిపిస్తోందా?
వినిపిస్తుంది మేడం మీ వాయిస్.
సార్ ఎవరు మాట్లాడుతుంటే వాళ్ళని మాత్రం కోహోస్ట్ చేయమనండి, మిగతా వాళ్ళని మ్యూట్ లో పెట్టమనండి, లేకపోతే ఆ సౌండ్స్ వినిపిస్తూ ఉన్నాయి వెనక నుంచి.
ఓకే మేడం.
బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఇంతే వస్తుంది.
అదేంటో అది మరి ఏం సౌండ్ తెలియడం లేదు, అది వినిపిస్తోంది. ఒక్కసారి దుర్గా మేడం కిను ఉషారెడ్డి మేడం కి మ్యూట్. దుర్గా ఇంకా జాయిన్ అయినట్లేదు. స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ వస్తుందా? ఒక్కసారి ఎవరైనా గుర్తు చేయగలరా? వేరే నంబర్ ఏం లేదు. వాట్సాప్ లో మెసేజ్ పెట్టమనండి శాంతిని గారిని ఎవరు. నేను నార్మల్ గా వాట్సాప్ చూసుకుంటూ ఉంటుంది.
Srinivas sir, good morning. How are you sir?
నాకు బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఇది మన దగ్గర లేదు కదా సార్, తీసుకోలేదు.
శ్రీనివాస్ సార్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్.
జాయిన్ అయ్యారా?
షేర్ చేయండి. ఓకే నైస్.
సార్ నక్లారెడ్డి సార్,
మేడం
ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో మన శ్రీనివాస్ సార్ గారు మాట్లాడగలుగుతారేమో కనుక్కోండి. మాట్లాడగలిగితే ఒక్క 2 minutes ఆయనని మనం ఇక్కడ పెడతాను, ఆయన మధ్యలో పెడతాను.
అంటే నిన్న అడిగాను మేడం, అడిగితే మాట్లాడలేను.
అంటే జస్ట్ 1 sentence మనకు మాట్లాడినా కూడా ఐ అనౌన్స్ హిస్ నేమ్ బికాస్ Karuna said she'll give me the mic after coming and all.
Good morning Dr. Nasmareddy garu. Good morning.
Sir Ramakrishna sir, good morning.
Nasmareddy garu.
Sir, thank you so much for joining. Sir, good morning.
Good morning everybody. I am here.
Good morning sir. Namaste
call
sir.
me whenever you want me.
Namaste sir. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Namaste sir, welcome you sir.
ఓపెన్ చేయండి సార్. షేర్ లో బ్యానర్ ఓపెన్ చేసి అప్లై పెట్టండి సార్. షేర్
I am here.
I am
whenever you want
overwhelmed with joy.
కనిపిస్తుంది.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
thank you sir.
నేను చూస్తాను షేర్.
Where is Karuna?
Dr. Karuna, we can start because all the people joined.
Okay. I'll mute and stay here.
స్టార్ట్ అయ్యేటోళ్ళకి స్క్రీనింగ్ పోయి ఆడియో
Sir, yes.
క్లోజ్ చేసి
అమ్మా ఎక్సెప్ట్ కరుణ మేడం, ఆల్ అదర్స్ మ్యూట్ చేసేసి. ఆల్ మ్యూట్ వస్తుంది.
ఓకే బట్ షేర్ అవుతుంది.
ఈ సౌండ్ ఏంటి?
Sir, there is some noise behind sir. అదొకసారి చెక్ చేసుకోమని.
ఆల్ మ్యూట్ చేసేసి.
దాని ఆల్ మ్యూట్ లో కర్ణ అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి.
Sir, if Usha Reddy ma'am joined, we'll start.
ఆల్ మ్యూట్ పెట్టేసి కర్ణ ఒకవేళ అన్మ్యూట్ చేద్దాం సార్.
Usha Reddy madam joined.
ఎవరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి అలా ఒకటే ఆల్ మీ అన్మ్యూట్ సార్. నెక్స్ట్ సార్ కేకే సార్ కిందికి వెళ్ళండి. కిందికి వెళ్ళండి. ఇక్కడ పైకి సార్ పైకి రండి. ఇంకొంచెం కరుణమంది ఏమని లాగిన్ అయిందా సార్? సర్చ్లోకి వెళ్ళి చూడండి సార్. సర్చ్లోకి వెళ్ళి చూడండి. నేను అడ్మిన్ ఇక్కడ కొట్టేసాను సార్. నేను అది కాదు సార్. లేదు కరుణామంది నేను సర్చ్లో చూద్దాం సార్. మ్యామ్ ఏం ఐడితో జాయిన్ అయ్యారు? కావ్యప్రియ ఇవ్వ అక్కడ ఉంచండి. కావ్యప్రియ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి. పోతాను ఇక్కడ మ్యామ్ని అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవాలి. మ్యామ్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
స్టార్ట్ చేయమండి.
ఓకే కదా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్.
Yeah, good morning, all of you. Amma vinpadtunda chudu okasari.
We are able to hear Karuna.
Okay. So let's start with our program. Good morning to all. The management and staff of AMS Arts and Science College for Women welcomes you all to the inaugural function of a new PG program, that is MA Economics. Let's start the program with a quotation of our founder president, Padma Vibhushan Dr. Srimati Durgabai Deshmukh, the epitome of social service. I quote, "I firmly believe that millions and billions of rupees cannot create what sincere, honest, and devoted workers can. Millions and billions can come running after a devoted worker. That is why I believe that dedicated workers are the backbone of an institution or a country." Unquote. Dr. Durgabai Deshmukh's life and principles are inspiration to all of us. We adore her a lot as a leader. Work is the worship we offer, and dedication is the tribute we pay to our beloved leader and work for her vision, that is, building better lives for women. It's a moment of extreme pleasure to welcome the guests on behalf of the institution. I offer regards to all the present here. First of all, I heartily welcome the Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Professor D. Narasimha Reddy, former Dean, School of Social Sciences, University of Hyderabad. Presently, Sir is a visiting professor at Institute of Human Development, New Delhi. Welcome, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation and gracing the occasion. It's my privilege to welcome Srimati N. Usha Reddy, President, Durgabai Deshmukh Andhra Mahila Sabha, and guest of honor for today's function. Madam Usha is a great philanthropist serving the society by helping the needy in area of education, health, and other social issues. She joined Andhra Mahila Sabha in 2002 as a member in the Administrative Committee of DDVTRC, and today she has rose to the position of president of this prestigious institution. This is her second term as president. She is a leader and treats everyone with love and affection. Welcome, ma'am. And I'm pleased to welcome another guest of honor, Dr. GLK Durga, Vice President, Durgabai Deshmukh Andhra Mahila Sabha. Madam is a former principal of our college. She has served also in many as academic coordinator and IQAC coordinator. She is the recipient of the Best Teacher Award, the then government of Andhra Pradesh in the year 2007. She is a motivational speaker and has delivered many talks and inspired many young students for taking up for higher education. Madam is very humble and always with a positive attitude. Welcome, ma'am. I extend my warm welcome to Dr. M. Lalita Kameshwari, General Secretary, Durgabai Deshmukh Andhra Mahila Sabha, and today's guest of honor. Madam is an academician turned administrator. She was head department of economics in our college and also rendered her services in various capacities such as academic coordinator, controller of examinations, and coordinator. She is recipient of the State Best Teacher Award from the then government of Andhra Pradesh in the year 2006. She is intelligent, dynamic, skillful, and versatile with strong spiritual inclination. Her passionate zeal for work, to many, makes her stand apart. Welcome, ma'am. It's my honor to welcome Professor M. Usha, Chairperson, Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College for Women, and President to today's program. Madam has retired as Professor of Commerce from Osmania University and rendered her services in various capacities. She too is a workaholic and always strives to work on innovative ideas for the development of our college. She inspires all of us in our endeavors. Welcome, ma'am. It's my privilege to welcome Professor M. Srinivas, Honorary Secretary and Correspondent of our college. Sir is a retired Professor of Commerce from Osmania University. He is a dedicated worker and sincere in his approach and has taken up this responsibility as part of serving to this institution. Welcome, sir.
Yes.
It's my privilege to welcome our young and dynamic principal, Dr. K. Jhansi Rani, Head Department and also Associate Professor of Public Administration. She is a recipient of Best Teacher Award in the year 2020 by the state of Telangana. She was instrumental in getting approval of all the new courses, combinations, and new programs, PG program, with the getting approved with the proposal by the management. She is student friendly and is working hard to get her best to the institution in spite of the pandemic situations. I am pleased to welcome Professor A. Nakula Reddy, Director, Self-Finance Courses. Sir too is a retired professor from the Department of Economics, Osmania University. And Sir has rendered his services in Osmania University in various capacities. He is a man behind to add one more feather to the cap of AMS ACW by taking initiative and started one more PG course in our college and first in the social sciences stream. To look at Sir, he's very soft in nature, but tough and punctual in his work. Congratulations and welcome, Sir. Now, enjoy the program to equip with the power of knowledge and propel with endless wisdom to become better citizens of the future. I now hand over to today's president, Professor Usha, for the further proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Karuna, for the nice introduction of all the guests and speakers. On my behalf, personal behalf, and on behalf of the college, I extend my hearty welcome to all the distinguished guests. Very good morning to you all. Today's distinguished guests, Professor D. Narasimha Reddy Garu, former Professor of Hyderabad Central University, Madam Usha Reddy, President, DDMS, that is Durgabai Deshmukh Mahila Sabha, Dr. GLK Durga, Vice President, DDMS, General Secretary, Dr. Lalita Kameshwari, who is also an alumni of Osmania University, Department of Economics. Distinguished guests from the college and beyond the college, I make a special mention because I'm able to see some persons here. Professor Ramakrishna Garu, Golagiri Ramakrishna Garu, Dr. Girija Shastri, and several others who joined us, respecting our invitation. A very warm good morning to all of you. Let me say that this function is another turning point in the academic history of Andhra Mahila Sabha. As Lalita Kameshwari was mentioning, it is a dream of many to have started MA Economics, but it has taken shape today, and I'm very happy for the efforts made by Professor Natla Reddy in this regard. I thank our President, Madam Usha Reddy, for giving her support, unstinted support, unconditional support in every respect. And whenever we approach her with any proposal, she is the first one to give a green signal and say, "Go ahead, Amma, we are there with you." So thank you very much, ma'am, for all the support that we are receiving from the central office. I would like to extend my hearty welcome to the students who joined our college in MA Economics this year. And I can only tell them that they will never repent for joining the AMS family. We always take pride in telling that you are the first batch of MA Economics. In fact, girls, I should tell you that I envy you all because even before you joined, you could get gold medals sponsored very young by academic couple who were the alumnus of Usmania University Department of Economics, Dr. Rahul Shastri and Dr. Yarlagadda Padmavati. They have, when Padmavati madam was given the information that we are going to start MA Economics, she immediately said, "Madam, I would like to sponsor a gold medal." And I said, "We have not yet started the program. The admissions have not yet begun." She said, "Admissions will happen, and this gold medal will be for the topper of MA Economics student." Madam, thank you so much for your kind gesture. And girls, I look forward to see the day when the award of the gold medal is given to the topper in both years. One of you is sure to get it, but I wish the medal is shared by all of you. I hope you heard it right, what I said. I want each one of you to compete and let more than one student bag the gold medal. Your achievement will be of immense inspiration to your successes. I greatly appreciate your dedication and passion to earn the gold medal installed in the name of Dr. Yarlagadda Padmavati and Dr. Rahul Shastri, who are from the Department of Economics. Professor DNR he was always an admired person. I was his direct student at Center for Economic and Social Studies while I was doing my MPhil and PhD. And I always adored the intellect in him. And we all call him DNR. And we take pride to tell that we are students of DNR. And today, I should tell that we are truly honored, sir, with your presence as an eminent professor. And I really thank you for accepting to be the chief guest of today's inauguration function. With your blessing, I'm sure the program will kick off and will be a great success and will really give us a feather in the cap of the Andhra Mahila Sabha. Professor DNR, I know, I always see him like a soft dynamite. He is not loud to be heard, but he is tough enough to make us react and think in depth. As an economist, researcher, as well as current and former policymaker, he is very busy, yet he spared his valuable time for us, for which we are very grateful, sir. Thank you for the time and energy and insights that you are going to provide to us. We look forward to the day when we can gather together again in person. With these few words, I request. One second. With these few words of welcoming, I request our principal, Dr. K. Jhansi Rani, to introduce, tell a few words about the college. Dr. Jhansi Rani.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Once again, I welcome you all. I bow my head in reverence to legendary personality, Dr. Professor Narasimha Reddy Garu, with whom I had long association. And I welcome once again our new management, Mrs. Usha Reddy Garu, President, Andhra Mahila Sabha, and Dr. Durga Garu, Vice President, and Dr. Lalita Madam, our General Secretary, Andhra Mela Sabha. So, once again, I pay my respects to our management, Professor Usha Garu, our chairperson, and our correspondent, sir, Dr. Srinivas Garu, and also our director, sir. And before I go into details of our college, about our college, once again, I give my respects to all of you, sir. Dr. Nasimha Reddy, sir, we are so grateful to you. You are such a legendary person, and I am amazed to see you again, sir, after 20 years. Thank you so much, sir. Andhra Malasabha Arts and Science College has been started in the year 1968 under the legacy of our beloved great leader, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Durgabai Deshmukh Garu, in the year 1968. That is erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, now in Telangana. He is having 29 institutions under the main umbrella of Andhra Malasabha. One among them is our Arts and Science College, which is flourishing under our present management, both vertically and horizontally. He is expanding many courses and also programs year by year. So we are proud to have you here, Madam, Professor Usha Madam, because your efforts will put many institutions across our UG and PG. So, Andhra Sabha College has been, which was started by Dr. Durgabai Deshmukh Garu with an intention to serve women, especially in education and making them self-independent. And we are proud to say that, Usha Reddy Madam, we are giving our best to reach our service to all the credit that is of Durgabai Deshmukh for serving the society, especially in education, which makes each and every student independent and self-reliant in our making the society so good and so great. And we are, as Andhra Mela Sabha students, they are proud to be in many areas and walks of life who are not only in the state of Telangana, but other states and national level and also international level. This is only because of our management efforts, which were dedicated towards the development of all the institutions. And we have UG courses in our college, that is BA, which was started by Durgabai Deshmukh Garu in the year 1968, and also commerce courses and arts courses. At present, we have a course and BA program, become computer applications, become business analytics, and also management, BPA and BSc Leadership, BSc BT Leadership, BSc MSc. And this year we could get number of admissions compared to other colleges, that is 646. And total strength of UG is 1789. And we are increasing year by year. Even though the pandemic situation is there, we are thankful to the society that they are believing in Andhra Mela Sabha Arts and Science College. And we have already are running 3 PG courses, that is Income Commerce, MSc Organic Chemistry, MSc in Mathematics with Computer Science, and today we are inaugurating MA Economics, which is unique in its own way, because after 1968 we could launch one program in PG, that is MA Economics. Sciences. Thanks to our management once again, and we could get 202 students in PG courses, including MA Economics. And here we are catering to the needs of the society, and also we are following all UGC norms and university and state government and the other institutions are making us to marching towards excellence in education, especially in getting autonomous status and also accreditation. Under the leadership of our management, we are moving forward to another cycle in the next year. And we are proud to say that our college is excelling in educational endeavors in many ways. And it is recognized not only local level and also at state level and in national level, internationally. because Durga Deshmukh service-oriented motives and inspirations carried out by everyone and everywhere. And under her blessings, we are working sincerely to get more and more number of courses and also making the students excel in various walks of life. And with this, I once again thank our management, Usha Reddy garu, and also our Vice President Madam and Lalita Madam and Professor Usha Garu. Thank you so much, ma'am, our chairperson, ma'am, and correspondent, sir. And now I thank Professor Usha Garu giving this opportunity to give a few words about our topic. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Dr. Jansi, for giving us a review of our plate and its progress. Thank you so much.
Usha, can you hear me, Usha? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We are able to hear you.
I just want to say a few words that I want to thank you for the college management staff. Everybody is very behind your hard work, and I feel so proud. I feel so proud because you've been elevated from the bachelor to masters. It's something really appreciable.
Thank you.
And one more thing I want to say: never say too late. Doesn't matter. It takes everything. It takes time, and the time right now. And all people came forward, and you came with such a excellent. This is what I call forward. Where is the development? Development is here. This is called. I call this is the development. So thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. And please excuse me, I have a lot of other work. I'll carry with my work. And Narasimha Reddy garu, namaskaram andi. Nice to see you. Thanks to everybody.
Namaskaram.
Bye. Thank you.
Namaskaram. Okay.
Thank you, Usha Reddy ma'am. Thank you so much. In spite of your being little bit unwell, you joined us and you motivated us with your
I'm still coughing. Still coughing.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Usha. Thank you.
Now, Narasimha Reddy garu to highlight about the program economics. Professor
Thank you very much, madam.
That Professor Nafla Reddy joined as Director Self-Finance Courses last year, and we are very happy after his joining the college because he is another workaholic and he gives his support because 24 hours working and it's of the college. So we are very happy to receive him as.
So, thank you very much, madam. Respected and Usha Reddy madam, President DDMS, Dr. Durga madam, Vice President DDMS, Dr. Lalita Kameshwari madam, General Secretary DDMS, Professor D. Narasimha Reddy sir, Chief Guest of the inaugural program, Professor M. Usha madam, Chairperson AMS ASCW, Professor Srinivas sir, Secretary and Correspondent AMS ASCW, Dr. Jansi Rani, Principal AMS ASCW, Dr. Karuna Madam, Academic Coordinator, IQSC Coordinator, Himabindu, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Teaching Faculty, DS students, and other guest participants.
Since my role is to say few words about MA Economics program, I will confine to the given task. Ever since the publication of Wealth of Nations in 1776, slowly but steadily, economics came out of the influence of political science and evolved as a separate branch of social sciences and gained significance over time. The importance of economics is rising along with time due to ever-increasing responsibilities of elected governments throughout the world. In olden days, the influence of the government in day-to-day activity was confined to protecting its people from external aggression and providing internal security. Hence, the governments followed the balanced budget policy, but in modern era, the horizon or spread of wings of government's activities has no limit. In modern days, governments not only performing traditional functions but also have started attending the welfare needs of people on a larger scale. Ever expanding welfare activities of the modern governments in general, resulting in deficit budgets. In modern times, all governments increasing their expenditure on various economic activities, even by adopting deficit budget policies, with a single major objective to attain economic growth. Because they think that high economic growth is the panacea for all economic problems such as poverty, unemployment, malnutrition, lopsided economic development of different regions, and so many. But the fact is that, on the one side, most of the economies have succeeded in achieving high economic growth. On the other side, this high growth rate is at the cost of natural resource depletion and damage to environment. This certainly goes against the objective of achieving growth and sustainable development. And hence, this leaves a big question mark regarding economic safety and security of future generations. To avoid proper policies to achieve economic welfare as well as sustainable development, there is a need to have proper understanding of the subject economy. In the midst of COVID-19, when all economies in the world are in the midst of coronavirus, politicians to philosophers, demographers to doctors, teachers to technologists, scientists to software experts, engineers to entrepreneurs, and Indian banks to international banks started discussing the economic impact of COVID on various subfields of the economies and stating that the overall recovery of economic growth has the shape of English alphabet V a few months back, and now it is K. Day-to-day economic activity is directly associated with the concepts of economics such as demand, supply, expenditure, income, saving, investment, exports, imports, inflation, poverty, unemployment, etc. When the world economy gradually moved from closed nature of activities to open, economics started playing a crucial role in the formulation of policies related to each and every sphere, from politics to science and technology. In the context of globalized era, on the one side, and trade war among the world economies on the other, the importance of economics gained further momentum. In this context, keeping in view the ever-changing needs of the society, the relevance of knowledge acquired by the students to effectively tackle societal problems, the employment potentiality of subject knowledge, this Andhra Mahila Sabha College has started offering new courses in UG as well as PG over time. Since there is growing importance of economic subject, as part of its relentless effort towards fulfilling social responsibility by offering new and also diversified courses to show the preferences of girl students from different strata of the society, the management, as part of its objective of horizontal expansion of PG courses, has decided to commence the new PG program MA Economics, a 2-year post-graduation course as a self-financed course from the academic year 2021-22. Economics, often called as the Queen of Social Sciences, this MA Economics program is offered by this college, is the first PG program among the social science subjects offered by Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College for Women since it came into existence in 1968. Regarding the program, MA Economics program offered by this college, the total intake of this course is 40 students. The admission process is through common entrance exam conducted by the Usmania University. We strictly follow the OU rules that govern the post-graduation course admission, syllabus, and scheme of evaluation. The academic curriculum of each semester consists of 5 papers. Among the 5 papers, 3 are core and 2 are electives. In semester 4, there is a project also. We try to impart knowledge related to microeconomics, macroeconomics, quantitative methods, public finance, econometrics, development economics, international trade, and Indian economy and its problems under 4 categories. And agricultural economics, financial economics, industrial economics, environmental economics, gender economics under electives category. We have decided to follow the choice-based credit system. As per choice-based credit system, each semester is for 25 credits. And regarding teaching faculty, management has decided to appoint highly qualified teachers to teach Kanya economics course. And regarding physical infrastructure, there is no depth of physical infrastructure in Andhra Mahila Sabha College for arts and social science. And finally, I, I- on behalf of the management and staff of Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College for Women, I congratulate all those students who have taken admission in MA Economics in Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College for Women. I appreciate the generosity of Padmavati Madam and Rahul Shastri sir for instituting a gold medal and also giving a check for rupees 22,000. And I hope your generosity certainly motivate others to come forward in the coming days. Thank you very much, Madam, for giving me this opportunity.
Usha, I would like to speak for 1 minute. Usha? Hello. Are you able to hear me, Usha?
So, yes, sir.
Usha ma'am, you are muted.
Usha ma'am,
okay. Oh, I think somebody muted me. Yeah, fine. Are you able to hear me? Usha, can you speak for 1 minute? Yeah, please welcome Dr. Jirial K. Durga, Vice President of Durga Bai Deshmukh Mahila Sabha, joined us, and I welcome you, Durga. Yeah, you can speak. I'm sorry, bit not well. I joined late, but I'm very proud and happy that we are introducing economics in our college. It is one more feather in the college in general, and in particular to our AMS. Economics is going to help us to understand the world around us, whether it is to understand the people, government, business, and markets, and also how the economy of the past and present and future has to be, whether it is in the form of opportunity cost or consumer surplus, etc. Even in non-business matters like life sciences, journalism, environmental science, and to understand the poverty and unemployment and macro level. So I'm very, very happy when I studied intermediate demand and supply and price, the law of diminishing returns, I was so fascinated with economics, and I'm very happy that our Padmavati also donated gold medals. I wish all the best for the economic department, and I wish all the students and staff and our chairperson, Dr. Usha and Nakula Reddy Garu, Jhansi, and our president, best wishes for starting, and I wish many more laurels to the college in the form of introducing new courses. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, Narsimha Reddy Garu, for being with us and accepted to give us the inaugural address. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Durga, for joining in spite of keeping I think not well. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. May I now request our General Secretary, Dr. Lalita Kameshwari Garu, Chief General Secretary of Durga Bai Deshmukh Mahila Sabha. May now request her to give her message. Dr. Lalita Kameshwari.
మేడం లలిత కామేశ్వరి మేడం జర్నీలో ఉన్నట్లున్నారు. మేము అది మెసేజ్ పంపించారు, డిస్ప్లే చేస్తారు మేడం.
ఓకే సార్.
ఆడియో
can somebody read out, sir?
చేస్తున్నారు మేడం, ఆడియో డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్నారు.
Hello, Usha. If there is any problem, I am here.
Madam, sir. Yes, madam.
Hello, can I talk?
Yes.
Dr. Lalita Kameswari, you are most welcome to talk. In
Thank
fact,
you.
we want you to talk.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm very much here.
Thank
And
you.
very good morning to one and all. And at the outset, I welcome and thank Professor Narasimha Reddy Garu to have accepted our invitation to give the inaugural address today. And I am very proud of you all, Professor Usha, Professor Nakula Reddy Garu, Professor Srinivas Garu, the principal and the staff of Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College. Today I see my dream coming true because this is definitely a long pending dream. Since I also belong to the same fraternity, that is economics department. And in fact, we've been planning for this program for quite some time, but unfortunately, we could not implement. That's mainly because of some of the myths associated with arts programs and the way people look down upon social sciences for a long time. The general trend is that parents and students think that coming to arts or social sciences is something they really look down upon these things because science programs they think offer better career opportunities than the social sciences. But of late, I see a change in the trend, and I think slowly people are realizing the importance of social sciences. And now they know that there are a variety of career opportunities open to arts students and also social science students. And in fact, these subjects give a broader outlook. Their students become more creative and they are much smarter. And now they know, they have realized the importance of the subjects now. I'm very happy that you got enough admissions to start the course and proud of you. This is definitely, as others have said, one more feather in the cap of Arts and Science College. I congratulate you all once again. I welcome the students who are joining economics. This is a very, very interesting subject, dear students. I was a student for all 34, 35 years, and I'm sure you will. Only thing is, you have to develop interest in the please develop interest in the subject and the institution to which you have come. You come to a wonderful institution where we look at the overall development of the student. The value-based education is imparted to you in this institution, and when you walk out of the portals of this institution, definitely you will be very proud to be alumni of this institution. I welcome you wholeheartedly. I wish you all the best. And as Tarusha said, I want you all to share the gold medal. All of you share the gold medal that is distributed by Professor Rahul and Professor Padmavati. And once again, I congratulate the team behind the whole thing and Professor Nakula Reddy Garu, the director, Professor Srinivas Garu, the secretary, the chairperson, Professor Usha, Jansi Rani, the principal of the college, Karuna, the academic coordinator, Rajalakshmi, the whole team, both the teaching and non-teaching staff of the college for the wonderful initiative, and I wish the program all success. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Usha.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lalita Kameshwari Garu. Thank you so much for the inspiration that you have provided. And I'm sure after listening to Professor DNR, all the myths that are surrounded around the social sciences program will be dispelled. And I'm sure everybody would like to take up. Though as we were commerce students, we are more into economics. My specialization, in fact, was industrial economics. My specialization PhD is also development studies, and I still recollect the development economics taught by Professor DNR with great intellect 3 decades back. I learned from him 3 decades back, but I can recollect every class. That is how he has created the impression on us, and we really love the subject, and there is no commerce without economics. So we believe that economics is everything, whether it is environment, whether it is a nation, everything is about economics. Thank you so much, Dr. Lalita Garu, for your wonderful message. May I now request, without taking much time, I know because everybody are eagerly waiting to listen to Professor DNR. So may I now request Ms. Priyanka, lecturer in statistics, to introduce the chief guest of today's function, Professor D. Narasimha Reddy Garu. Priyanka.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning to all. I feel it a privilege to introduce today's chief guest, Professor D. Narasimha Reddy, sir. He served as Dean, School of Social Sciences, University of Hyderabad. And at present, he is a visiting professor, Institute for Human Development, New Delhi. In his teaching and research career, which spans over 4 decades, he taught theory of economic development, labor economics, political economy, Indian economic development, and research methodology. 21 research scholars were awarded PhD and 30 scholars were awarded MPhil under his guidance. Sir is a life member of many academic associations and served these associations in various capacities. He served as a member on Review Panel, National Center for Competition Research, Governing Body and Executive Council, CESS Hyderabad, Governing Body and Executive Council, Madras Institute of Development Studies, Board of Governors, Institute of Socio-Economic Change, Bangalore, Executive Committee, CSD New Delhi, Managing Committee, CSD Hyderabad. Also served as Coordinator, SAF, Coordinator, DST, TIFSC, Awareness Program on IPRs, University of Hyderabad. Director, Academic Staff College, University of Hyderabad. Also served as various academic research committees, namely UGC, ICSSR, and official study groups and committees. Sir has published 11 books and around 50 articles in leading national and international journals. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce the chief guest. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Priyanka. I'm once again welcoming Professor DNR, a person of national and international reputation. He's not only a true academician, but a very good researcher. You are able to see all that through his achievements in the form of publications, guiding PhD scholars, etc. Sir, welcome you once again. And now the stage is yours. We are looking forward to listen to your inaugural address. Professor D. Narasimha Reddy Garu.
Thank you, Chairperson Professor Usha, Principal Dr. Jansi Rani, Coordinator Dr. Karuna, Secretary Professor Srinivas, Director Professor Nakula Reddy, President Usha Reddy, Vice President Durga, Professor Durga, and General Secretary Dr. Lalita, and other distinguished invitees, members of the faculty, and student friends. Thank you for inviting me to inaugurate the new PG program in economics. When Professor Usha called and told me that there will be a PG program in economics and I should inaugurate the program, I was a bit hesitant because of the pandemic and then trying to accept an invitation to inaugurate a course without much familiarity with the kind of courses that are likely to be offered and then the students that are likely to be there for the course. But I think Professor Nakula Reddy has given adequate information now as to what the courses would be. And I'm sure that the students selected as the first batch, maybe I will have some time to meet them in person and see, and then interact with them. See, after accepting the invitation, I also had some kind of a trepidation, largely because the program being offered in the present model of self-financing course, it is increasingly becoming a part of the higher education system, but it raises some kind of a challenges.
1899.
And when it comes to the question of, let's say, the challenge of the offering of courses in institutions of this kind, which are established with great ideals, and of course with great human commitment and values, there is always a kind of a challenge before the organizers of this course, as much as the people who are part of this implementation of the course. For instance, Andhra Mahila Sabha Arts and Science College is such an institution. The very name and the name of the founder, Durgabai Deshmukh, raises great expectations. The second, if we turn to that of economics, I'm not going to deal with economics and what it is in detail, but I think economics is a social science. I would emphasize this, although we are stretching it beyond social science and pushing it to that of what is referred to as STEM now, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It has all those qualities, but I think these qualities are grounded in, let's say, the social kind of a context. And therefore, I would insist economics would be safe and sound and would be useful for the humanity as long as it reminds itself continuously, in spite of, let's say, its expansion into that of areas where it can draw from in terms of its requirements to quantify and then build models. That perhaps also helps, but it's still, towards the end, it is a social science. And therefore, I don't, let's say, eulogize economics as a queen of social science. In fact, one of the interesting dimensions over a period of time is that when it comes to the question of economics, one has to repeatedly remind economics is a human science. Economics cannot abstract itself to that of its role in, let's say, fulfilling the kind of aspirations of human beings for a better life. And therefore, it can't, let's say, detach itself and model in terms of completely STEM. I'm not saying the STEM has nothing to do with that of humanity, but I think they are a bit abstract and then a little bit distant. And therefore, I'm emphasizing this because when you talk in terms of economics, it has expanded. I mean, a range of expansion is that you perhaps try to understand the human condition from the past in terms of, let's say, looking comprehensively into the past economic kind of, let's say, history. And then, of course, the present engagement with not only with the present, but also with that of the how the present will shape the future. And this is where we talk in terms of the role of economics in sustainable development or sustainable future of, let's say, the humanity. And when you put these things together, you have an institution with a very high reputation that gives expectations, and then a subject which is also a very high kind of an expectation. The challenge is how to go about implementing it. I'm not, therefore, uh, going to talk in terms of what economics is. Already, Professor Nakula Reddy has hinted its range. I'd like to, let's say, concern myself, in fact, as to how best these reputations of the institution and the subject can be kept high and then, of course, delivered to that of, let's say, the students. I mean, this is a great challenge. I would like to share, let's say, certain mundane things. And I may also, in the process, disappoint you by not talking about economics as such, but how to go about, let's say, implementing this challenging program in an institution of high repute here. In fact, the problem comes in because the flexibility in trying to, let's say, push through economic program ranges from, let's say, there is a it's a lighter vein, but also very strongly when you talk in terms of the meaning. It was Galbraith was trying to say, like theology, unlike mathematics, economics deals with matters which are close to that of the human lives. And therefore, we have to keep on reminding whatever might be the kind of improvements in terms of analytics. It is essentially a human science. In that sense, we go a step further. The economics, in a social, in the sense, it's much more important when it comes to the question of its programs. And of course, when it comes to the question of it's much more important for students, when we talk in terms of, let's say, the new course, or the course that is being introduced as a PG course in an institution like the AMS, that when it comes to the question of economics PG program, like any PG program anywhere in economics, there's a long back, people raise a question, why do students come to a subject? Or for that matter, why do students come to that of economics? I mean, this is exactly where I think our vice president was alluding to that of, let's say, that when it comes to social sciences, the opportunities for absorption into that of active, lucrative kind of a employment are relatively less compared to that of other solid or, let's say, strong sciences or engineering or, let's say, professional courses. But I think what has happened in recent times is that economics has started, let's say, catapulting into a category where there is, if you have a strong kind of a course in economics, the sky is the limit for the opportunities for employment. That's why I'm concerned about what we are going to deliver. If you have a very strong course in economics, there is no limit to the opportunities of, let's say, employment. Therefore, it was long back Samuelson was trying to suggest why students come to economics. Samuelson, older people like us remember, he was an MIT, but younger people would look at his text, popular even now, along with the Northers. It's being devised now after his death. This is when he was talking about there are three things which attract students to the economics. Even then, at those times, he was trying to talk in terms of economics providing opportunities for better, let's say, employment and earning. That even then it was rated. Whoever were trained well in economics had no problem of not only getting employment, but employment with fairly high kind of, let's say, remuneration. The range was such. It's not merely of course, those who have love for, let's say, teaching go to this profession, particularly in countries like India. It may not be as rewarding as you would talk in terms of finance, business, or banking, where I think now things are moving in the whole economy is moving into those areas substantially. You have an economy dominated by finance. Therefore, you have a range from banking, insurance, and then, of course, the kind of fintech. All these are places where you hardly miss the economics employment. But that apart, in terms of the second important consideration for getting people into economics, it's not merely, let's say, of course, all courses, any subject, they have to provide some kind of a basic kind of an opportunity to earn their incomes, earn their employment and then incomes. But I think when it comes to the question of additionality, it's a subject which has a range. I think Professor Nakulareddy was touching upon it. A range where you talk daily now. For instance, you don't have to be. The households also, sorry, households also now concerned about what is happening to the prices, inflation, and in fact, the whole country is concerned about what is happening to unemployment. And the whole world is concerned about what is happening to inequality. And you talk in terms of wealth and who perhaps accumulate wealth, or what perhaps who are denied of wealth. These are daily questions when it comes to the question of, let's say, not only individual livelihoods, but also social kind of an existence. And therefore, these become very critical. And therefore, these attract many students at a very early stage, get impressed by the kind of questions raised here, and therefore they would perhaps like to pursue a subject which seemed to be very close to that of our own daily existence as a society. I mean, of course, as a polity as well. That's why the range is from, let's say, understanding the basics to that of understanding the kind of relationships, not always harmonious, but also contested. Therefore, you look at, let's say, how things operate in a society in the process of promoting what perhaps we may call as a country's, let's say, development, or development in simplest terms, the condition of improving, of living status of, let's say, people. And in this process, when it comes to the question of, and he also mentioned that the third one in a lighter vein, he was telling that people may be very much interested also in understanding what is this whole question of demand and supply relationship. I mean, of course, that's fundamental, but of course, that's where, that's in a nutshell, you begin there, and then when you expand, the range moves on. And therefore, I think the other sharp dimension of economics is that way back, a person like John Maynard Keynes was talking in terms of, let's say, it is also a subject keeping you down to earth, concerned with that of the condition of living of people, also keeps you to analytically sharp in terms of it's an apparatus of the mind. You have to, there is nothing like a solid, that's why I think, like many social sciences, or for that matter, even some of the sciences, there is nothing written on stone as some kind of a permanent law. Things are changing fast. And therefore, when it comes to the question of, let's say, economics, it is the capability, it is training your mind as an analytical apparatus. That's why he was calling it as economics is an apparatus of the mind. You raise questions, look at the problem like inflation. There is no single answer. And if you look back into that of how inflation was explained, let's say 100 years ago, and then how we look at it today, even it's highly contested. Most of the things, I mean, are left to that of the power of your own capacity to analyze things, the sharpness with which you can look at, let's say, the problems. And of course, that's how it becomes policy science, in that sense, a prime policy science. In fact, everybody perhaps is concerned about a budget, whether something is there or not. Certainly one expects what kind of policy comes in. The basic equipment that perhaps helps you to come out with the policies to address the challenges of, let's say, the human beings is supposed to come from a sharp, analytically clear kind of thinking in economics. It's not easy, but it is the one which you have to go into that. Given this, I mean, it's also, that's why we say that why I'm trying to talk in terms of, let's say, the employment is not a problem, provided you have a training that perhaps help you to acquire the kind of, let's say, equipment that this subject provides. And therefore, it is widely now talked in terms of a subject which has very high transferable skills. You can talk in terms of future, you can talk in terms of, in fact, people do talk in terms of these days, as it's called Industry 4, or Fourth Industrial Revolution. One of the major challenges is that what are the consequences of this fourth industrial revolution, which is largely driven by the kind of developments in science. For instance, artificial intelligence, along with that of Internet of Things. This is mind-boggling kind of development in science and technology. But I think, how do you address this from the point of view of people? How employment or work gets adjusted, how people shift from the present state of, let's say, what could be called as skills to that of, let's say, the future. What would it imply from the point of view of the nation's human beings getting adequate kind